Assalamu alaikum everyone, and let's talk about Bitcoin for Saturday 10 of September. So we've seen Bitcoin actually rallying up to 21,000, sitting now at $21,500, and that's pretty amazing, pretty awesome. I get it, that's pretty sweet. Okay, but is this finally the time Bitcoin decides to make a double bottom on the weekly time frame and go to $31,000? Possible. Could be possible, very possible, because on the weekly we're looking very sweet. You know, it's pretty an amazing candle right now, and as a matter of fact we're now making a morning star, and this is something that is very positive. So until Sunday, if this one ends up being a morning star and that thing, you have inverted hammer, you have this sort of a hammer here, and now you're making a morning star, then you could very well possibly next week just go back up like this to 23,981, and you try to cross this level, break up to 25,000, backtest the $23,900, and you're good to move to the upside. The technical target actually comes in after you break that thing. It's going to be from there to there. It's a nice big huge weekly W, and that could be the bottom of Bitcoin, probably, who knows, and you go all the way up to $31,000. Now so many people are going to say, hey, what about the $8,000, bro? Well, you go step by step, and I've been predicting this scenario as well, because I told you what I wanted to see for Bitcoin to continue to go down is that I never want to see Bitcoin to close in that inverted hammer. And I told you this this week actually can end up being a wick down to 18,000. I do have a video, I'm gonna go back to those videos again, but anyway, this was an expected scenario, and it was clearly mentioned that if this happens, you can even go back up to make that huge W, break it out, and go to $31,000. Now there is one more scenario as well. You can actually make an extended bear flag as well. Like, you can actually just go down like this, go up, come down like this, go up, thinking it's a W, and then go down again and finally break to the downside. Okay, now September historically is not good, and if this September ends up being green, then understand one thing, that's like a very rare scenario where September ends up being a green candle on the monthly time frame. September in most cases 70% of the time just ends up being red, so you gotta be careful regarding that. Now there's one more problem still, and that is the bear flag is never invalidated at the moment, so the bear flag is still in effect, and one can even say that the bear flag technical target is already met, and that the bear flag is already played out. But who knows? We still have just a little bit of an issue here with the bear flag. This can act as a huge resistance moving forward. So the highest you can possibly go, you can already see, could probably be at 22,794, and then get rejected probably here. You never know, but I do see a little bit of a resistance out there as well. So for example, this is also a resistance here, just like that. Okay, you can even put the fact that this is resistance because you did have few touches right there. You went up like this, you actually had another touch right over there, so you can actually get rejected here. Today's Saturday, by the way, so how we close today also is very important. Let me tell you why it's important. Thursdays, I told you, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are actually kind of good for days for trading. Friday also is kind of good, but when you enter the weekend, that's when a lot of issues can happen. And now psychologically with this green candle, I think some new investors are going to actually start to chase the green candle. And today is important because Saturday can actually end up dropping to the downside, so you must wait to see how we close today. Who knows, this can actually be a push to the upside for making people enter thinking that we're good again, and today you actually end up coming down here to 19,272 and flash crash again, and then you go down. It can happen. That is possible. Weekly hasn't closed. It looks like a morning star, but it hasn't really closed. So you have 2 days. A lot can happen in 2 days, especially during the weekends. During the weekends, they can just crash everything to the downside all of a sudden, so you got to be really careful. And you can already see on the 4-hour time frame, there's a little bit of positive pattern. I do like the patterns here. It's a little bit positive. I'm not saying it's bad at all, but the thing is that today's closing is still important, how you do it. So maybe you can actually just go a little bit lower down to if you hold 20,475, That's absolutely okay. I don't see any problem with holding to 20,475. You can just come down here, hold this level a little bit, try to bounce back off and try to move up. But if, however, you just go on and crash like this, go to 19,174 again, then understand that that was nothing more than, you know, a build up to draw people down. And there's a very popular saying, and I like to say this: whenever the market wants to drop, they have to push it higher. They push the prices up first before they drop it down, so that people can be convinced that, hey, finally it's time, it's moving up, I don't want to miss it. And then boom, the psychology works on them, and then it goes down. So it's a little bit of a problem situation here, but the weekly closing matters, today closing also matters. Let's see what's going to happen. My hands are back. I'm just going to try something which is way more safe than Bitcoin at the moment. So that's pretty much it for this update. I'm going to see you in the next one. I love this.